Well, hello and welcome to a very special race here today. We have some marvellous machines down on the grid that in just a few moments will be accelerating up to some really high speeds indeed to compete for a prestigious Grand Prix victory. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. I'm joined again today by none other than Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, obviously there's a lot of development work that goes on with these cars between the races. You've been both a test driver and a race driver. What differences are there in the way you approach those roles?
Interesting question, Crofty. They're two very different mindsets. I mean, when I tested for BAR, we had full in-season testing where, per driver, you'd cover up to 15,000 kilometres per season. And in that role, it was more about working for the team, trying to help them improve the car and drive as systematically as you could, so that that data could be analysed in the most consistent way. When you're lining up on the grid for a race, however, your frame of mind's all about what you can get out of the situation on that day. And the car's the tool to help you achieve what you want. You still want to focus on setup, of course, but it's more about the here and now, getting yourself as far up the field as possible, and less about development work for the future.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Rosberg, Raikkonen, Felipe Massa and Ricciardo, Bottas, Verstappen, Perez and Carlos Sainz, Kvyat, Alonso, Jenson Button and Hülkenberg, Grosjean, Magnussen, Esteban Gutierrez and Jolyon Palmer, Ericsson and Wehrlein, Rio Haryanto and Felipe Nasser starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, go now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. See slight damage to Rio's front wing. So far, it isn't affecting his performance. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car ahead. To This is your final lap of the race. Sorry about that, I guess it can't all go to plan. Bring her in, we'll go over what happened in the debrief.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm giving driver of the day to Rio Harriento. He's pushed and he's found some fantastic performance. He was an absolute pleasure to watch today.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.